In this video, we are explaining features of Bruce R2 sewing machine. The maximum speed of this machine is 5,000 RPM. The machine is built in China with German design. Company has used heavy materials on this machine for industrial usage. This machine can be used for both home and industry purpose. This machine has multiple built-in functions like automatic thread cutting, automatic stitch lock in the start and end of a stitch with customizable stitch length, automatic pocket stitching with customizable stitch length, and many more. Let us start with bobbin winding. Now, moving on to main threading. The built-in LED has 3 levels of intensity setting. To lift the presser foot, press the foot pedal backward. Press this button for slow speed stitch. Press this button for reverse or lock stitch. Let us now understand various options available. We will start by resetting the machine by long pressing this reset button. You can see the alphabets A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, 4-digit digital display and 4 sets of plus and minus buttons. These 6 boxes are used in selecting and customizing available options. The first box helps in setting up lock stitch in the start position. You can select single lock stitch or triple lock stitch. The second box is used for lock stitch in the ending position. These numbers represent the number of stitches for lock stitch. As of now, we have selected single lock stitch for both beginning and end position. First 2 numbers represent the forward and backward stitch of beginning position. Likewise, 3rd and 4th numbers represent the backward and forward stitches of end position. Using plus and minus buttons, you can adjust the number of forward and backward stitch count. If you press these buttons again, you can choose triple lock stitch. The number of stitches selected on the screen will be repeated 3 times in this option. A third click on the button disables lock stitch option. Let us now go on to the third button in the first row. This button contains 2 options. The first one is to make only lock stitch. If the first option is selected, the machine will only make lock stitches. Normal running stitch will be disabled. On the screen, the user can select number of forward stitches in the first digit, the number of backward stitches in the second digit, and the number of repeats in the last digit. The maximum number of stitches are 15, where alphabets A to F are followed after number 9. A long press on this button takes you to another option where you can define multiple fragments of stitches. This option can be used to stitch a box shape or pockets, etc. To select its options, you need to click here so that the selection changes to EFGH. The first digit represents the number of sides. For example, if you want to stitch a rectangle, you need to select 4 here. The second digit represents each side of your selection. Using third and fourth digits, you can select number of stitches for each side. With this setting, you can stitch a rectangle with 20 stitches in each side. Adding more sides and customizing stitch numbers, you can easily stitch pockets and other fixed length items. Long pressing this button resets the functions. Single press on this button enables the presser foot to stay up for a certain period of time after each stitching. This option keeps the needle to its top position upon completion of each stitch job. It also enables an automatic presser foot tension adjustment. The first option is selected for normal stitching. Enabling this option disables the above options of lock-only stitch or pocket stitching. The second option enables automatic thread cutting. These 2 buttons are used to save and choose different settings as preset programs for easy selection. These 2 buttons are used to adjust the machine speed. The minimum speed is 200 RPM and maximum speed is 5000 RPM. Slight backward press on the foot pedal raises the presser foot. Further pressing on the foot pedal activates thread cutting and automatic presser foot release. Either stitching industry or home, Bruce R2 is certainly a value for money pack for any of your stitching needs.